So what we're really talking about here with food intake is, look, I'm not going to be like one of these guys on you about your diet and what you need to be eating and eating right and eating clean and all those kinds of things, because I mean, we know what we should be eating and what we shouldn't, okay? And we also know how much and how many portions and how much food. I mean, we really know this, so I'm not going to be on you about this, but what is important is how you show up and the energy that you show up to be as an effective multifamily owner, investor as you possibly can. It almost all, not all, but almost all has to do with the energy you show up with, right? So part of that has to do with food intake. How are you doing with your food intake? Are you eating the right foods? Are you drinking the right drinks? Are you putting this together to show up the best you can every day as a multifamily owner and investor, doing everything you need to be doing to be as good at it as you can? And look, it's all about integration. So you've got to be able to integrate all of these things in order to show up in the best version, your best version as multifamily investor as you possibly can. So you log that in every day. How am I showing up? You log that in the app. You go ahead and you go through the process of logging that in, and what you start doing now is tracking how you've been doing. How have you been showing up? The actions you've been taking in your diet and what you've been putting inside of your body, how much of a difference that's been making. And now you can start mentally and conceptually seeing how well you're doing as a multifamily owner and investor, how well things are going, how much you're getting accomplished, in conjunction with, along with, how has your diet been? Because when it goes together, man, it goes together and it all matters. Look, then there's exercise. And again, I'm not going to be your nagging parent, your coach. I'm not going to be that kind of person that's going to keep you accountable. Look, that's up to you to be accountable. But we both know exercise plays a big part in how you show up every day, doesn't it? Again, the kind of energy, the best version of you requires you to be at your very best every day you're working on multifamily. And look, that means you've got to get a workout in every day. You've got to do something every day. Now, am I saying you got to run a marathon every day? No. Am I saying you've got to bench press 900 pounds every day? No. But you've got to be showing up the best version you can, and that includes body, how your body feels, how you're showing up physically, your weight, how you feel, how you're put together, how all of this goes together makes a difference. It really does. And so far we've talked about exercise and diet, and you get these two things down. You track them daily in the app, along with the other resources that you're going to be using, and along with the daily work you're going to be putting in, you're going to start seeing those results. And that's where I talk about compounding time. See, once you start integrating these things together, that's when things start happening faster. Why? Because you're showing up the best version you can every day. Now, let's go on to the next thing. And the next thing is love and support. And so how things are going with the people you care about, the relationship that you have with the people that you care about and that care about you, and how that love and support works for you and should be working with you and for you every day. So really, how are you showing up in this category? What kind of a mother are you showing up as today? What kind of a sister? What kind of an aunt? What kind of a father? What kind of an uncle? What kind of a son? How are you showing up today in the category of love and support? Because look, we know that this is a big deal. I've talked about this before. You know, if you get into a big blow up with, say, your spouse or with your brother or your sister, I mean, for the rest of the day, how effective are you? How good are you going to be at what you do until you get that fixed, until you get that taken care of? I mean, we both know you're not showing up the best version as you can if you're not playing the game full out with love and support. So how do we play the game? Again, we start entering the information in our app on how we're doing in that category. How are we showing up in the love and support category and being the kind of person we can be to those people, not only the people that we love and that are close to us, but the people that we interact with every day. How are we showing up? So look, we're combining three things so far: love and support, your workout, how you're doing physically, and the kind of food and the kind of liquid you're putting in your body. And you put these together again, and you start compounding time. Why? Because you're showing up the best version of yourself. But it doesn't stop there. The next part is learning. Learning. Look, if there's something that has helped me become the best version I can be over the years, it has spent the time, effort, energy, and money at being better at what I do. How? Hanging around with and learning from people better than me. That's right. Hanging around with, learning from, being involved with people that are better than me. Learning, whether that's books, whether that's podcasts, whether that's webinars, whether it's me traveling to places like Connecticut and spending 2 days, 3 days, 4 days with people just like us, working on ourselves so that I can come back and be the best version I can possibly be as a multifamily owner and investor. Powerful, powerful stuff. So we've covered 4 categories here already. 4 categories. So before I go into category 5, remember, with learning, all right, and showing up the best version, again, we're using our app. What have we done today to learn more? What have we done today to expand our knowledge? What have we listened to? What have we read? What have we done today? So again, how are we showing up in this category? We find out by logging into the app every day, logging in what we've done, and then keeping track of that over time. Can you see how showing up the best version of you as a multifamily owner and investor? We're not even done with the 6 main ways we're going to do it. We only covered 4. But do you see, if we just cover these 4, how much better you're going to be at multifamily? Makes sense, doesn't it? All right, let's get into the 5th category. The 5th category is actually one of my favorites. It's multifamily goals. It's setting goals. I love sitting down, setting goals, and setting outcomes for the targets I want to hit. I hope you do too. But really, it's daily checking in. That's really all it is checking in, putting the information in the app on how you're looking at and checking in with your goals that you've got set. Net worth goals, number of apartment units you want to own, the amount of assets you want to own, 10 million, 50 million, 100 million, 5 million, whatever it is. Okay, whatever those goals are related to multifamily, it's checking in, using the app, checked in on my goals today, read them this morning. Okay, perfect. But we're checking in, we're getting mentally ready again and programming our subconscious mind to make sure that we're continually working on hitting our targets. Okay, and that's really about setting those goals, reviewing those goals, entering that information in on the app, on making sure you've done that review at least once a day, and then moving on. Okay, moving on. And then the last part of it, number 6. Number 6 is investment execution. Because here's the bottom line, guys. Here's the bottom line. You and I know this to be true. If we just sit around and read and think and feel good about it without finally taking action, how much are we actually going to get accomplished? Obviously, we're not going to get anything accomplished. And then what starts to happen is a snowball effect of how frustrated we are, how frustrated we feel with ourselves when we're not taking the kind of action we need to take in order to expand ourselves as multifamily owners and investors. That's really what we're after, really, at the end of the day. And so now, what kind of action have we taken today? What's the one thing? What are the 2 things that we're doing every single day to get closer in reaching and hitting our targets? What are the 2 action items we're doing at least every day to do that? What are they? Well, we put them in the app and we put down what we put in there. Made 5 phone calls today, talked to 5 brokers about apartment properties that they've got available. Made 3 offers on 3 properties today. Going to make arrangements to tour an apartment property next week, etc., etc. Reviewed the numbers and the financials on apartment across the city to look at possibly purchasing. You get the point. It's taking that action. Okay, because really the first 5 things we talked about is really all about up here. It's about right here, how we're showing up mentally and physically, isn't it? Okay, how we're showing up mentally and physically. But it's that last part, number 6, that's really the most crucial, isn't it? That's where we really start to make progress, is by taking action, getting the feedback, adjusting, adapting, and then continuing to execute. That's really where it all starts to come back to us in terms of the results that we're looking for as multifamily owners and investors. So these are the 6 main things you need to be doing, working on with the 99-day challenge and with the app. Okay, it's pretty simple, not very hard. And the cool thing about this is it doesn't take very long. I mean, in terms of using the app. Okay, yeah, it does take time to work on yourself. It does take time to show up as the best version of you as you possibly can as a multifamily owner and investor. But look, you want to compound time? You want to get more done in the next year than most people get done in the next 3 years? Use this every day. Go ahead and make sure you integrate all 6 of these items together. And by integrating these items, you will be making the kind of progress that most people will be so envious of, it won't even be funny, but you're going to make it look easy. Okay? All right, keep at it. 99-day challenge. Keep going. Keep executing. Keep taking action, and keep me posted.